Hey, how's it going? My name is Gareth James. Welcome back to MTT Poker School. Now in today's video, we're going to take a look at bounty spots and how to calculate them in Holdem Resources Calculator. I'm going to show you what information you need to run these spots, together with walking you through the process step by step. Let's take a look at the first spot. In this first spot then, it falls to us on the button and we want to work out whether we can shove here with the ace-7 off. Now every time I have a bounty spot I want to analyze, I make sure I take a screenshot of the lobby at the exact moment because we need to know how many players started the tournament, how many players are left, how many players get paid, and what the payouts are. Now, if there are no ICM considerations, then you don't need to know the exact payouts, but you do need to know how much money is in the regular prize pool. More on that later on. If you want to, you can take a screenshot of the table too, but the hand history will have all the bounty info that you need, and we're going to use that to run this hand. We're going to run a basic push-fold spot, so we need to select basic hand here in Holdem Resources Calculator, and that's going to bring up this box. Now I've already copied the hand from Poker Tracker, so all I'm going to do is click the clipboard icon here, and it's going to fill out the stacks around the table. Then we're going to go down to equity model and we're going to choose multi-table ICM down here. And now we've got a few more options. You'll see at the top now there are bounties next to the stack sizes. So whatever bounty someone had at this stage of the tournament, that is put into this box here. Now next to bounty mode, we want to make sure that PKO is selected, and we also want to make sure that it's 50% next to the word instant here. There are some tournaments on PokerStars at the moment that have 30% PKOs, so if you're playing in one of those and you want to analyze those, then change this number to 30. The next step then is to make sure we know how many chips there are in play. So there were 1,337 players who started this tournament, so we're going to multiply that number by 5,000 starting chips for each player. And we're going to get 6,685,000 chips. And we're going to put that in this box here. As you saw from the screenshot of the lobby, there were 232 players left and 224 places paid. So there are definitely some ICM considerations here. So that means we're going to have to put in all of the payouts. Now from the lobby you can see that 10th through 13th received the same amount. So what we're going to do here is to scroll down until we get to the next payout number. And then we do the same again to 18th. Now at the end, it's really important to make sure that you choose the prize amount for the last player paid. Because what's going to happen, next to places paid now, you can see that there are 224 places paid. So with all of the payouts in there, we're going to click Next. So on this screen, what we want to do is to add all the other stacks in the tournament. So we're going to click the two green pluses here. Now you can see the total number of chips has come through from the previous window. What we want to do is to choose the remaining players in here. So we're going to go for 232. And what's going to happen now is we're going to have a chip average of 28,814. And you can compare this to the lobby screenshot because they should be the same. I like to choose randomize and auto shape, and then we're going to click OK, and then we click finish. Okay, so if we click on our name here, we can see the range of hands that we can go ahead and shove now. We also want to see what kind of hands our opponents are calling and see if that's realistic. So for example, we are 8 players from the bubble. Do we think the big blind is only going to call with 9s plus, ace queen off and ace jack suited? If we think it's going to be wider than that, then we can go in and edit this range. If we think it's going to be tighter than that, we can do something similar. Let's have a look at the small blind's calling range, and you can see it's somewhat wide in this spot to call off an almost 16 big blind shove. But don't forget that we do have a decent bounty that he could potentially win here. It also doesn't really affect his chances in this tournament because he's still going to have around 40 to 45 big blinds even if he loses. So we can see that ace-7 off is definitely a profitable shove in this situation. There are some marginal shoves in this spot. So ace-4 off is a good example of that. Jack-10 suited, Queen-10 suited, pretty marginal in this situation, and you could probably pass those. In this next spot then, it folds around to the cutoff, Bobo Mac, who shoves for about 9 big blinds, and it folds to the small blind who rejams for just under 17 bigs, and we have a decision with King-6 off. Once again, I've got my screenshot of the lobby, so we're good to go. Let's dive into HRC. So once again, I'm going to choose basic hand. Just bring this in a little bit and going to paste the hand history in once more. Again, the bounties are in there. Now, as you can see from the screenshot, late registration is still open, and so we don't actually know what the prize pool is going to be. Given that there are 505 players left and at the moment only 206 places paid, then there's no real ICM consideration, and therefore we're going to change things for this calculation. From the screenshot, we can see that the regular prize pool is $12,750. So that's what we're going to add to the top of this prize pool right here. We've also got to make sure that we're still in PKO mode, and we've got 50% instant down the bottom here. You'll also notice that there are fewer players now at this stage of the tournament because more players registered before the end of registration. So at this stage of the tournament, there were 1,275 entrants. So we're going to multiply that by 5,000 starting chips, and we're going to get 6,375,000 chips. We're going to add that to this box here. And then we're going to click Next. On this window, again, we're going to click the 2 green pluses at the top, and we're going to choose remaining players 505. Now again, the chip average should match up with the screenshot from the lobby. Click OK, and then we click Finish. So it was Bobo Mac that shoved here, and HRC believes he's going to be shoving almost 37% of hands here. And then Live Like is going to be reshoving with this range. And you can see it's very, very wide. And this is something that, you know, if you've studied PKOs or you've seen PKOs in action, you're going to realize that you can get it in pretty wide here. Click this button, we can now see what our range for getting in is here. And as you can see, King 6 off is a definite call. When I say definite, it's only definite if both players are playing these exact ranges. Once again, you can definitely go in and adjust these ranges to see what sort of effect that's going to have on your calling range. Okay, that's going to wrap things up for this video. I'd love to hear your feedback, so make sure you drop a few lines down below in the comments. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. And I'm going to be back in a few days with another video. But until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.